Good morning, Paul and Pauline here, sitting down by the Richmond River at Woodburn on this gorgeous day. And today we're reading a little bit out of the book of Kings, 1 Kings chapter 1. I'll get Pauline to read a little story to you.
When King David was very old, he could not keep warm, even when they put covers over him. So his attendants said to him, "Let us look for a young virgin to serve the king and take care of him. She can lie beside him so that our lord the king may keep warm." Then they searched throughout Israel for a beautiful young woman and found Abishag, a Shunammite, and brought her to the king. The woman was very beautiful. She took care of the king and waited on him, but the king had no sexual relations with her. Now Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith, put himself forward and said, "I will be king." So he got chariots and horses ready with 50 men to ride ahead of him. His father had never rebuked him by asking, "Why do you behave as you do?" He was also very handsome and was born next after Absalom. Adonijah conferred with Joab, son of Zeruiah, and with Abishag the priest, and they gave him their support. But Zadok the priest, Benaiah son of Jehoiada, Nathan the prophet, Shimei and Raiah, and David's special guard did not join Adonijah. Adonijah then sacrificed sheep, cattle, and fattened calves at the stone of Zoheleth near En-rogel. He invited all his brothers, the king's sons, and all the royal officials of Judah. But he did not invite Nathan the prophet, or Benaiah, or the special guards, or his brother Solomon. Then Nathan asked Bathsheba, Solomon's mother, "Have you not heard that Adonijah, the son of Haggith, has become king, and our Lord David knows nothing about it? Now then, let me advise you how you can save your own life and the life of your son Solomon. Go into King David and say to him, 'My lord the king, did you not swear to me, your servant, surely Solomon your son shall be king after me, and he will sit on my throne? Why then has Adonijah become king? While you are still there talking to the king, I will come in and add my words to what you have said.' So Bathsheba went to see the aged king in his room, where Abishag the Shunammite was attending him. Bathsheba bowed down, prostrating herself before the king. 'What is it you want?' the king asked. She said to him, 'My lord, you yourself swore to me, your servant, by the Lord your God, Solomon your son shall be king after me, and he will sit on my throne. But now Adonijah has become king, and you, my lord the king, do not know about it. He has sacrificed a great number of cattle, fattened calves and sheep, and has invited all the king's sons, Abiathar the priest, and Joab the commander of the army, but he has not invited Solomon your servant. My lord the king, the eyes of all Israel are on you, to learn from you who will sit on the throne of my lord the king after him. Otherwise, as soon as my lord the king is laid to rest with his ancestors, I and my son Solomon will be treated as criminals." While she was still speaking with the king, Nathan the prophet arrived, and the king was told, "Nathan the prophet is here."
Well, thank you, Pauline, for reading so far, but it's a fascinating story as King David is fading away in his very frail days or months. They get a young virgin to serve him, to take care of him, and she would lie beside him so that he might keep warm at night. And her name was Abishag. She was a Shunammite woman. But then Adonijah, one of the sons, tries to take the crown from his father before it was given to him. But the crown has been promised to Solomon, Bathsheba's boy Solomon. And so then Bathsheba goes into bat for him and goes and talks to the king and said, but you promised the crown would go to Solomon. And so it is in verse 28, then King David said, call in Bathsheba. So she came into the king's presence and stood before him. And he took an oath and he said, as surely as the Lord lives, who has delivered me out of every trouble, I will surely carry out this very day what I swore to you by the Lord, the God of Israel. Solomon your son shall be the king after me, and he will sit on my throne in my place. And so it was, he was anointed king. And then the brother Adonijah was terrified for his life. He said to his brother Solomon, he said, I suppose you're going to kill me. He said, no, if you behave yourself. But then later he misbehaved. He wanted Abishag, the virgin that looked after his father, for a wife. And that upset Solomon, and Solomon ordered that Adonijah be executed, and that's what happened. So what can we learn from this? Well, one, we're all going to get old and frail, and modern day aged care doesn't include a virgin to sleep with you to keep you warm. But it also, we learn from this that, you know, God appoints and God anoints, and so we need not try to usurp other people's roles in our life, but just wait for the gifting and calling of God. God might call you to do something unusual, like read the Bible on YouTube. Well, do it. Don't try to take over someone else's position. So that's our little Bible study today. You get into the Word. You learn so much as you open up this book and read the stories of our forefathers in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. Some wonderful stuff there. Get into the Word and
let the Word get into you.
Let the Word get into you. So see you later down the track. Bye for now.
Bye.